Hi guys! Well, this is gonna be a weird one because this is gonna be a video where I don't speak Latvian. I speak English and, well, because some of my videos you've maybe seen, if you're a Latvian, you know that I do prefer making the videos in Latvian just because I think there is a bit of a lack of information on YouTube regarding orchids, and I really feel for those people who don't know English and they're way just past the age where you can easily learn a language. Well, even though I believe you can learn a language at any time. So, I mostly make videos in Latvian because I want to give opportunity to those people who don't speak any other language to have some information of what I do, how I grow things, what I do with them, what I don't do with them in their mother's tongue. So you will have to pardon me that this video is going to be in English and you will have to listen to my absolutely awful English with a bit of a Russian Eastern European accent. Yeah, see, that's how it goes. 12 years in UK, more or less all my adulthood. Still can't get rid of the accent. It's just never gonna happen. That's it. I give up. I give up on that one. Anyhow, I usually do not comment much on YouTube, and I don't get such a spark of my own interest on specific subject, but there was a bit of a history of me making comment and that all went further. That doesn't matter. But the question is about my setup and why the most worrying thing for myself, and I will explain as well why, is water. Water that your orchids drink from, water that you use to add fertilizer, and water that you use in humidifiers. See, I'm a bit of a strange person. I probably am the only orchid collector that does not like Cattleyas. Really, out of all my 106 orchids, I have 2. That is it. They do nothing for me. And people would say, what's wrong with you? Those are the most amazing, prettiest, lovely smelling blooms that you will ever see. Yeah, they don't do anything for me. I don't know. It's like, for me, it's similar to a rose. It's a lovely, lovely plant. I do have a couple of roses as well. But for me to actually have more than a couple or try to grow them is not my thing. So Cattleyas, even though they're on window, at the moment they're enjoying the sunlight massively. And as you can see, this one is way overgrown, needs repotting and maybe dividing. And this one is just meh. I'm not having even a conversation with that one because such a huge plant. One new growth, one. Really, I'm not having that one. But anyhow, this room, this setup is for only special orchids. I have most of the orchids distributed around my house on all the windowsills except the ones that really do need some special love, or maybe they are phalaenopsis that have been given to me and is badly damaged and it really needs a bit of that extra love, that extra light, extra fanning and some humidity. So, regarding water, why my biggest stress is water, because some plants that I do have will never ever tolerate anything else than a very soft water with a correct pH. And I really feel that is one of the most important things. Why? Well, orchids in nature, let's imagine, they're used to a bit of a sunlight change, a bit of a temperature change, maybe in humidity during the day and nighttime. They're all accustomed to these changes. But one thing I've never seen in my life is a rainforest with calcium residue on leaves, or white leaves, or whichever even slightest amount of dust of calcium, salts or so forth. It's all washed off, it's all rainwater, and that's something that they're like, whoa, what was that? So I really, for water, I use only the purest water. This is our RO water. yes, I try to use rainwater. My rainwater is quite low in calcium buildup. It's only like 20 parts per million on TDS meter. This one is 0. And this one I had to buy in because this summer has been very nice in UK and not much of a rain. So my rain barrel is dry. So there you go, I had to buy some. Buy from window cleaners, it does work. So anyhow, yeah, so for me, it's not that much about the light. Of course it's about the temperature. If you're gonna stick Phalaenopsis in 4 degrees, it's gonna die. Simple as that. It's gonna die. So, but most of the orchids I keep as an experimental ones, as the ones in the room that are going to tell me, are they happy? Are they growing new shoots, new leaves, new growths, or are they struggling? Because the more simple orchids, even though you might think, well, Phalaenopsis is just, sorry, it's too basic for me, right? I want some more advanced orchids. Well, in my book, if in your grow room Phalaenopsis might die, I think you might have to reconsider your environment. Might not necessarily, but if you have a normal temperatures for Phalaenopsis, if you provide the water, you provide the fertilizer, and it's still dying, maybe you should try to look at your environment a bit closer. Maybe there is a simple solution and you're gonna storm past it and everything's gonna be fine. But yeah, these are really like a test orchids, or the orchids that I've bought in and really need recovering. So for example, this Zygopedilum, it was completely rotten leaves, completely, but now I have a new growth, and that growth decided to bloom for me this year, which is great. Also some Brassias that were on the way out, doing fine. Well, this one is just species Phalaenopsis, this is whatever, but I bought it in a nice state and it's still in nice state, so there is nothing really to see. Then I have Miltoniopsis that are doing nice as well, Miltonias that are nicely making one new shoots, even if I have only one bulb, which is a cutoff, right? But, you know, I decided 2 new growths, you know, yeah, we're gonna live. This one is doing very well. This one has 2 new and they're very big. There is another one that I want to make specimen size, so that one lives here. That's Sherry Baby. Look at this one. It's doing very well and it loves the bark and see-through pot. Obviously I keep it in a darker pot, but hey ho, it's getting there. Some Cymbidiums, and the orchids that I really do like, these are Bulbophyllums. I love the weird orchids. I love them. There's something wrong with me. I don't like Cattleyas and I like Bulbophyllums. I bought one super cheap one that was on the way out and I spray it every day, and I cannot say how happy I am that it actually, look at that, it's making new growth, well done, and it's so shriveled. Some experiments, some babies, you know, but they're doing all right. Then the orchids that I mostly purchase in a very bad state, those stay here. See, this Paphiopedilum, I don't know why it's here. It likes this corner, simple as that. And yeah, Maxillaria, that one is bad shape. Then also have some Dendrobium kinglianum staying here, and Phragmopedium caudatum. And this is a lovely orchid. I absolutely love it, and it's doing so well for me. And really likes this place, but I have to expect that this one needs more humidity, the right sun, and I can't take her just and put on a windowsill, whatever, to burn. It's not gonna work. This one is just something I got from Orchid Show that is on the way out. So Wandas live here because they need moist. There you go. But my love is for the weird orchids, for Bulbophyllums, Restrepias, Masdevallias. I have even some mounted on the living palm. There you go. That's where it lives. And I really like those small weird orchids. That's my thing. Maybe somebody else has that. Let me know. And obviously, the ones that I am trying to grow, well, ghost orchid, dendrophylax lindenii. It's still alive, you know. That makes me happy. That's more or less what I use. And he's still alive. That's how far I've gone. And exactly about this orchid I wanted to speak, and why water is so important for me. So dendrophylax lindenii is not used to hard water. If you're gonna give it hard water, that is the end of it. And I'll tell you why. Because it doesn't have leaves. It has roots. And if the pores of those roots get clogged up with a calcium or salt deposit, that is it. It's the end of the orchid. And because it needs so little, like if you would fertilize it, it needs the quarter of recommended dosage. So it needs 50 parts per million in the water to be fertilized. So if I would let humidifiers run with the tap water, or even let's say with the water that is 100 parts per million, so forth, that is it. That is dead to that plant. That is death. And for drinking and so forth, it will tolerate some temperature change. It does happen. The sun change, it does happen. The thing it will not swallow is too much minerals. It's just not gonna happen. So if you ever want to grow plants like that, please, first thing you have to think is humidity. How are you gonna provide the drinking water for it, and what's providing your humidity? As I said again, there ain't no rainforests with calcium deposits on leaves. It just doesn't happen. But anyhow, so that's really what I wanted to say, that for different orchid growers, different things will be more important. For me, water is the absolute crucial thing. What's in my growth room, what's in the room with the orchids that cannot and will not tolerate, let's say, a room, right? So that is for me. And by the way, absolutely love these ones. I have to tell you that. These are cool logs. They are from America, and brilliant. They keep the plant absolutely freezing during the hot day, which is brilliant. And you just fill water. You do not need to water it. It just stays moist and cold. Perfect. I love these mounts. They are absolutely genius. But yeah, one thing other I wanted to tell you, do not be scared. Even if you're a beginner, do not be scared of growing complicated orchids. You will research more, you will love it, you will struggle, but when it happens, and it does, you will be absolutely over the moon. The other thing I wanted to mention to you, please don't ask me where exactly I got the dendrophylax lindenii. It was given to me by one orchid collector, and he's also an orchid grower, but he asked me not to mention his name. But if you want a dendrophylax lindenii and know how hard it is to get it, if you have a couple of growers that you buy your plants regularly from, ask them. And really, don't give up. I asked like 100 times to 50 different people, and everyone laughed except one that said, well, let me check it for you. Maybe I can do something for you. And there you go, I got it. So please don't give up, and don't feel disheartened that, oh, I'm just a beginner, I don't have these 20 years of experience. Sometimes the fresh mind and a fresh approach and lots of heart to grow this plant is exactly what it needs. And the great thing is, like, I have a couple of plants that are a bit on the rare side. Be proud that they grow in your room. Be proud that any orchid grows in your room. But if that's your thing and you're trying to find it, do it. It's a brilliant hobby. It will fascinate you. You will definitely find out much more about science, stuff that you didn't even really know or cared about, right? And you will find out so much. And really, don't be scared to grow them, because in this day and age, lots of orchids are so badly extinct or close to extinction in their natural habitat because of the climate change, because of the forests being cut out, and even, like, for example, this one, it's not that rare, but it's all right. This one, the Phragmopedium caudatum, this one is getting too close to endangered in Mexico because people are just selling it for money. So please be careful about the environment. Buy only or get your orchids only from a trusted person. If you're gonna get a rare one, make sure you get it where it's being grown in a greenhouse, where it's been properly treated. You haven't damaged the environment. Don't use the black market for any orchid or for anything. There is no excuse to do that. You are just providing money for more destruction. So yeah, that's what I really wanted to say. So guys, please don't feel disheartened that you can't grow really a bit harder orchids. If you really wanted that orchid, get that orchid. Maybe it will do amazing for you. You never know. See, my one's alive. Hey ho, great. Some other ones are still alive as well, but enjoy the hobby and really try to get the orchids that you do love. And yeah, I'm absolutely sure you will enjoy it. Oh, P.S. The cups, can you see those, my test cups? Yeah, you know what's inside? Beer. Yeah, I have something in common with slugs. We both like beer. Only difference is that maybe if I have a bit too much, I might have a headache. They will be dead. Great. So yeah, thank you, and if you have a question, please shout. Thanks for being around. Bye.